On President Xi's visit to Panama, we're joined now by Remi Piet. He's a senior director at America's Market Intelligence. That's a research firm specializing in Latin America. President Xi says China-Panama cooperation carries huge potential. Panama, of course, the first Latin American country to sign on to the Belt and Road Initiative, as Roe just pointed out. Give us a sense of where this relationship is today and what the future looks like.
Well, it's been a relationship that's been developing for the last 18 months, and that is actually a very strong strategic move from China in what used to be the American backyard. Panama started developing relations with China, closed the Taiwanese embassy and opened the Chinese embassy, and following this move, you have a series of other countries, the Dominican Republic, but also Salvador, that follow suit. And we're really seeing here now, with Panama being such an essential player on the infrastructure sector, we're seeing interest from the Chinese side to continue developing both bridges and harbors and a series of convention centers also in Panama, trying to make Panama this cornerstone of their ambitions in Latin America.
And Xi, of course, visiting the Panama Canal today. That's already emblematic of the relationship between these two countries, because China is right behind the United States in terms of being a customer of the Panama Canal. I imagine even more trade will be flowing through there. How do you see that developing?
I mean, definitely trade through the Panama Canal is going to be increasing. I mean, there's been the building of a third lock that actually increases the capacity of the Canal to have a transit and a series of ships that now can actually go through to the canal. There's also a negotiation towards increasing even more the capacity of the canal to be a key player on world trade. So we're seeing Panama being really important on both strategy from China and also from countries in Latin America that might actually want to ship some of their export through the canal in the future. Yes.
I was going to say, one Panamanian government official said that Xi's visit will put Panama on the map. Do you see that as well?
Yeah, definitely, and Panama was also the first player, drafting a comprehensive trade agreement with China. So that really shows like the way and a strategy that other countries in Latin America are very likely to follow suit. It will be interesting to see the reaction from the Trump administration. They're starting, raising some concerns. Well, Salvador also, open relation with China. And now we're seeing a stronger stance from the Trump administration on this visit from the Chinese Prime Minister to Panama. But they've been late to this game, and they haven't seen probably the presence of Chinese investment, which is also going to be very interesting for the future of Latin American countries now that are in deep need of infrastructure. Colombia, Argentina, Chile, Brazil, Bolivia, also all those countries have been intensifying their relation with China.
Well, let me ask you about that, because you brought it up. How does the Panamanian leader actually try and navigate this, though? Because obviously Panama is in the U.S. backyard, still wants a strong relationship with China. How does it do that when you see these two countries kind of at loggerheads, although they did come up with this truce in Argentina?
Well, the Panamanian president is actually arriving at the end of his presidential term. There's going to be elections next year that are going to be very interesting to watch. But definitely it's going to be his legacy to his country of having intensifying these links with China. On the perception from Panama, it's very interesting at a time where the Trump administration has been not really ambitious towards Latin America, very limited trips from Donald Trump looking at the Americas. They actually didn't even make the trip to Colombia for recently, when he was supposed to come back from the G20. So obviously it's a strong signal towards the United States that countries in Latin America also have their own interests in mind. There's strong correlation and compatibility of interest in terms of raw material, infrastructure, mining, energy, where China can actually be a strong player and already is a strong player in Latin America. The issue will be from Chinese companies to understand the importance of local situations and local politics, so that those investments actually are sustainable down the road and do not attract some social and political tensions in each one of those countries. But definitely the leaderships of countries in Latin America, starting with Panama, but also Dominican Republic, Salvador in Central America, and other countries in Latin America is showing an intensification of interest towards China.
Remi Piet joining us from Miami. Thanks so much for your observations. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.